I found a piece of history rotting away in a forgotten barn, and today we're going to bring it back to its former glory. It's going to be a long journey, but there's nothing quite like the sound of a classic engine coming back to life after decades of silence.
Hidden away for decades, this 1977 Leyland Mini 1000 represents a remarkable find for classic car enthusiasts.
Left exposed to the elements, the once vibrant citron yellow paint is slowly reclaimed by rust and grime. The Leyland Mini, once a symbol of British ingenuity, now rests forgotten in this dusty barn, its journey seemingly over.
Here is the full amount, as agreed.
It's a fair price.
Keep it coming slow. Watch the clearance on the left.
All right, steady pressure. We got her now.
The Austin Citron Yellow Mini, a true survivor, finally arrives at the workshop for its much-anticipated restoration.
This 1977 Mini 1000, especially in Citron Yellow, is a rare find. Our goal is to bring it back to...
As you can see, the rust here on the chassis is extensive. We're looking at some serious corrosion, especially around the subframe mounts.
Phase 1. Documentation. This Austin Citron Yellow Mini, built in '77, shows significant patina.
Applying firm pressure now, trying to break the seal. There we are. As you can see by the corrosion here, this hasn't been moved in decades.
This original rubber is completely shot. We use a thin trim tool to carefully work under the lip, revealing that classic Austin yellow.
Okay, pull it towards you. It's heavier than it looks.
Right. And look at all this rust we found.
Once the central nut is loosened, you often need considerable force to wiggle the wheel free from the splined column. Prying off the Mini 1000 badge reveals decades of dust accumulation. We use a plastic tool to slowly separate the old adhesive.
As you can see, this front bumper is completely seized. We're applying maximum torque now, just waiting for that final crack before it lets go.
And with the lens finally off, we get our first look at the internals. You can see the original yellow right there, and the state of these old wiring looms. This 1977 Mini 1000 in Citron Yellow really shows the patina of age, especially around the fuel cap here.
Carefully detaching the original chrome mirror reveals a striking contrast. This ring of untouched Citron Yellow It's a tight squeeze in the old Mini, always the hardest part of the job.
After removing the linkages and the fuel banjo, we can tackle the two stubborn mounting nuts holding the carburetor to the manifold. After removing the tension and the main bolt, you might need a pry bar to gently wiggle the alternator free from the engine block. We start by removing the retaining nuts, which can be stubborn. After clearing the debris, we carefully disconnect the linkage and pull the motor free.
The regulator is finally loose. Now for the tricky part, maneuvering the whole assembly out of this small access hole. It's heavier than it looks.
With the final bolts drilled out, the heavy boot lid finally comes free, revealing the extent of the corrosion underneath.
All right, keep it steady.
I've got the weight.
Let's bring it down right here. Easy now.
The pedal box on the Mini is notoriously difficult to access. After 40 years, these bolts are completely seized.
Look at that rust. She finally let go. We'll get this replaced now.
With the Austin citron yellow shell stripped bare, the focus shifts to the thousands of parts required for the meticulous restoration of this 1977 Mini. And here it is, the first rinse, revealing that stunning Austin citron yellow underneath decades of dust.
The Leyland Mini's wheel wells are notorious for collecting grime. This pressure wash reveals the original yellow paint underneath.
Here we see the thick snow foam completely covering the classic Mini. It dwells on the surface, safely loosening the grime before we even touch the paint.
After decades in storage, we're finally revealing the original Austin citron yellow paint beneath the grime. To opits. The Austin citron yellow door jamb requires meticulous attention, especially the hinges. We use a fine...
To start, we apply the degreaser liberally across the entire engine bay. You can already see it starting to work on the thickest deposits.
A proper underbody steam clean is crucial for preserving classics like this 1977 Mini, ensuring every detail.
Strain. This 1977 Leyland Mini, despite the fresh rinse, proudly wears the patina of its history.
A clay bar treatment is essential for removing embedded contaminants. Notice how the smooth, gliding motion lifts the dirt, restoring the paint's shine.
A blast of air reveals the true state of this classic Austin citron yellow paintwork, flawlessly preserved beneath the water beads.
We're documenting the corrosion on this 77 Mini 1000. These bubbles here indicate advanced oxidation beneath the citron yellow paint.
This 1977 Leyland Mini 1000 cylinder head requires careful attention. We use a special...
This 1977 Leyland Mini gearbox is heavily soiled, but the pressure washer quickly reveals the original aluminum casing beneath the grime.
We use a high-speed wire wheel here to remove decades of grime and rust, revealing the original steel underneath. We're using a fine-grade compound on the original 1977 Leyland Mini suspension. It takes time, but the goal is a...
This 1977 Mini 1000 hasn't run in decades. The first step is always draining the old...
We start by scrubbing the rust, then a generous spray of brake cleaner, and finally blow out the bolt holes with compressed air.
Using high-pressure steam like this is the safest way to lift decades of grime, revealing that beautiful factory citron yellow.
The key is maintaining even pressure with the rotary tool to fully restore the 77 Mini's original glass.
As you can see, the key to maintaining this vibrant Austin citron finish is a gentle microfiber cloth and a little patience.
We use a citrus-based degreaser here. Just look at the difference as we wipe away 40 years of buildup from the column.
This cabinet allows us to safely remove all the rust, bringing the 1977 pedals back to bare metal.
To keep the doors swinging smoothly on the Mini, we apply a fresh coat of lithium grease to the hinges. This pushes out the old grime and ensures longevity.
The key here is to be patient. This grime has built up over decades, but underneath, the original Austin citron yellow paint is still vibrant.
As I apply the restorer, you can already see the original deep black returning to this Leyland Mini shroud.
This old tape residue is incredibly sticky, and you don't want to damage the insulation. We use a specific solvent to break down.
This wire brush is essential for getting rid of the surface rust before we apply the primer. It's tedious work, but it has to be done right. The pressurized fluid forces out the old contaminants. As you can see, it starts murky, but quickly clears up, ensuring peak performance for this Mini.
As you can see, the cleaner is starting to lift that old brake fluid residue. Now we take the brush and work it into the casting marks before wiping it all away. Once the wrench clicks, we know the bolt is secured to the factory specification. We move now to the next in the sequence.
You want to tap gently around the crown, making sure the rings clear the lip before applying pressure.
This 77 Mini engine requires absolute precision. We're looking for those subtle markings to line up exactly. A little to the left, that's it. Feel it catch? We're home, get the bolts ready.
This new needle is critical for the fuel flow. Gently slide it into the brass seat, ensuring a perfect seal before securing the retaining clip. Using the felt wheel, we slowly bring the aluminum up to a perfect shine. The process takes time, but the results are worth it.
Cutting out this rust is the first step in bringing this classic Mini back to life.
Here we see the new steel patch being seamlessly joined to the classic Citroën yellow bodywork of the 1977 Mini.
You can see the original yellow paint coming away, revealing the bare metal underneath. This Leyland Mini requires careful attention to the welds.
The key here is to get a smooth, even coat on the Leyland Mini. You want to feather the edges nicely before sanding.
The dual action sander is key here to achieve that perfectly flat surface across the roof. Otherwise, you get those ripples.
Does this line look straight enough around the curve?
Yes, that should seal perfectly. We're almost ready for the booth.
We're using the long sanding block here to cut the primer. This technique is essential for getting the body lines perfectly straight.
We're laying down the base coat now. Austin Citroën Yellow, a vibrant choice for this classic Leyland Mini.
The key to the Austin Citroën Yellow is the wet look finish, applied meticulously, layer by layer.
The contrast between the vibrant yellow and the deep matte black is what makes this model so striking.
We track the precise fan pattern of the HVLP gun as it lays down the clear coat, instantly transforming the vibe.
This 1977 Leyland Mini 1000 restoration demanded perfection. The two-pack Citroën Yellow.
To achieve a true show-quality finish on this Mini, we use 2000 grit sandpaper and plenty of water to eliminate that factory orange peel.
As you can see, the wool pad cuts through the oxidation, bringing this 1977 Mini back to life.
Okay, bring it up slightly on the left. That's it. Now hit it with the impact gun.
Torque to spec, looks good.
Here you can see the new rubber cones being fitted. It's crucial work, ensuring the suspension arms are torqued correctly for that classic Mini feel.
Making sure the routing follows the original path is crucial, then securing it firmly into the clips like this.
This 1977 Mini 1000 requires the fuel tank to be seated perfectly in the boot, a unique design feature of the classic model.
Okay, bring it down slowly. Watch the clearance on the left side.
Easy, easy. It's catching on the mount.
Just a little further, you got it. We're using the socket wrench here to secure the mounting bolts. You want them tight, but be careful not to over-tighten and strip the threads.
We're feeding the new harness through the aperture now. A little lubricant helps, but it still requires a firm hand to get it seated properly.
Here we see the meticulous application of the classic silver. This ensures the 1977 Leyland Mini retains its original factory specification.
This is where the machine does the hard work. It stretches the new rubber over the classic Mini rim until you hear that satisfying pop. Now we secure the caliper onto the Mini's new rotor. A quick switch to the torque wrench and we'll tighten it precisely to the manufacturer's setting.
We'll align the bolts now. Make sure the threads catch smoothly like this before you start applying the final torque with the ratchet.
The slave cylinder must be precisely aligned before the mounting bolts are inserted. We then use the torque wrench to tighten them to the correct specification.
We just slide the new battery right into the mounting tray here. Make sure it's perfectly seated before we tighten this clamp down with the wrench.
The Leyland Mini 1000 requires high-quality 20W50 oil, essential for the smooth running of this classic British engine.
The ignition sparks, and the old Leyland engine coughs, but it holds the idle.
We're using the original specification black vinyl here. It needs a firm press along the entire length to seat correctly against that vibrant Leyland yellow.
Carefully aligning the bezel, the final piece of the dashboard puzzle clicks securely home.
Assembling the steering column required a delicate touch. The plastic shrouds had to snap perfectly into place, completing the driver's immediate view.
Getting the clutch pedal on is always the hardest part. You want to start at the bottom and then just stretch it over the top lip until it snaps into place.
Getting this tucked behind the seal is the hardest part. You really got to pull it tight.
Sealing the windshield on a Mini requires precision. With the rope technique, we ensure a watertight fit, maintaining that classic look.
We're using the industrial torque wrench here to get these bolts perfectly to spec. Safety is key, especially with these classic Minis.
You have to get the angles just right over the wheel arches. Then it's a firm push down and back until you hear that satisfying click.
The chrome trim snaps securely into the gutter channel, a perfect fit for the Austin Citron Yellow.
The key here is getting the alignment just right before you start tightening the screws. You don't want to stress the chrome.
With the chrome ring in place, we carefully tighten the retaining screws, taking care not to scratch the freshly painted citron yellow wings. Here we see the rear clusters being fitted. It's a precise job to ensure the wiring is secure and the gasket seats correctly against the body.
Nothing quite beats the shine of a brand new chrome bumper, reflecting that classic citron yellow. The final touch. The iconic Mini 1000 badge settles perfectly onto the vibrant Austin Citron Yellow trunk lid.
And here it is, the fully restored 1977 Leyland Mini 1000. That Austin Citron Yellow just pops under the studio lights.
The matte black bonnet provides a stark contrast to the vibrant Austin Citron Yellow.
The 1977 Mini 1000, a masterpiece of compact design. Note the flawless black vinyl.
The beauty of the Leyland Mini 1000 lies in these details, the silver steel wheels perfectly complementing the citron yellow arches.
It is. The heart of this Mini, the 1000cc power unit, perfectly complements the stunning citron yellow paintwork.
And there it is, the culmination of countless hours. The Leyland Mini 1000, reborn in citron yellow.
The 1977 Mini 1000, a splash of vibrant yellow, gracefully navigates these
The 1977 Leyland Mini 1000, a true icon of the open road, its citron yellow finish gleaming in the golden hour light. And so the final drive begins. A fitting end for a car that defined a generation.
If you enjoyed watching this icon come back to life, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for our next big project.
Check out the full build gallery in the description and let me know in the comments what classic we should rescue next. Thanks for being part of the journey.